you know that the reason we have Major League Soccer today is because of a deal made by FIFA? See, back in the early 90s, FIFA was looking to expand the World Cup to include more teams, and in order to do that, they needed more time to prepare. The problem was, all of the major soccer countries were already maxed out on stadium capacity. So FIFA went to the United States and said, "Hey, you want to host the World Cup in 1994? We can make it happen." But in order to get the US to agree to this, FIFA had to offer them something. An annual professional soccer league with a bunch of foreign stars. And that's how Major League Soccer was born. The very first MLS game was played on April 6, 1996, between the LA Galaxy and the San Jose Clash. And here's the lineup for that historic match. Can you believe that? No Americans. All of these players were either from Europe or South America. And back then, they didn't just play soccer in the MLS, they also played basketball, and they were terrible at it. I mean, just look at this lineup. There's no way they could compete with the NBA. But anyways, after 20 years of playing basketball, the USWNT finally won a championship in 2015, and then 4 years later, they did it again, and everyone was super happy. Everyone except for this guy. See, his name is Charlie Stilitano, and he's the commissioner of the North American Soccer League, which was the top professional soccer league in the United States, before the MLS. And he was furious that the US women were getting all of the attention. So he did something crazy. He brought in a bunch of former USWNT players and started a rival league called the United Women's Soccer Association. And it was awesome. It was a huge success. And then the next year, the USSF, which is like the NFL of soccer, basically told him to shut up and gave the USWNT players permission to join the NWHL. And everything was great until it wasn't. The US Soccer Federation was like, "Hey, we own all of the rights to the USWNT." And Charlie was like, "No, I own all of the rights to the USWNT." And then they both realized that they were both wrong. None of them owned any of the rights to the USWNT. And so they decided to make a deal. They agreed to merge their leagues into one big league, which meant that all of these athletes would be out of a job. But anyways, that is the sad story of how greed ruined women's soccer in the United States.